Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a bow that will explode when the arrow hits the ground. So I have a little fire trail behind it, but you can add that in after we finish if you want. Doesn't actually look that good. I might change that, but yeah, it'll make an explosion. We can make it bigger if we want, the explosion and all that. I'll explain all that, and I'll show that it only works on that specific bow. I just enchanted it just to distinguish between the two. So if I shoot with this one, it'll explode. This one will not. So the code, you're gonna have to know how to make a data pack first. So watch a tutorial on how to make a data pack. So yeah, we have our data pack. I have our load and our main functions, which main is the tick function. So if you don't understand any of this, then watch a tutorial on data packs. It'll make sense. So inside of our load function, which gets run every time we reload, we're going to type scoreboard objectives add and then use :bow. Oh, sorry, we got to put the name, so I'll just call this shots. You can call it whatever you want, but this part has to be used :bow. So that adds an objective. I can't talk. Adds an objective that will increase every time you shoot with your bow. And then inside of our main, we're gonna do execute as @a. I'll put all the commands in the description for each file, and I'll put the actual data pack. @a with inside of here we're gonna do scores equals and then some curly braces. Shots equals 1 ... So that's saying anyone with the score of shots that is 1 or higher. That's what the ... means. So, and then we're going to do comma nbt equals SelectedItem more curly braces id Minecraft bow, and then comma tag. You don't have to type all this because it'll be in the description. And then I'm gonna call this 1bow : 1b. So yeah, so you can either type all that or just copy it in. So execute as blah 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 @s, just because I don't think it's really important, but it's good to do that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna tag their arrow. I'm gonna type out all the code and then I'll explain it after. Run tag Jeez, I can't type. Alright, so what this is going to do is execute as anyone with the score of shot 1 or higher, meaning they shot a bow, any bow, and then that person also has to have this specific bow with the tag 1bow inside their they have to be holding that. So 1bow, this can be called whatever. I just picked 1bow, just I don't know, why not. We could do fire bow or something like that, but we have to remember this tag. So anyone that will shoot out of the specific bow, it will tag the nearest arrow to them, which is the one they shot. It'll add the tag fire arrow. So what we're gonna do is, yeah, after this shot, it'll tag with fire arrow. Then we're gonna execute as @e. Oh, one more thing. We gotta scoreboard players reset @e. Probably @a, doesn't really matter. Shots, just so we got to do that, or else the shots will keep increasing, and any arrow near them will just get tagged if they have the bow. So we gotta make sure we reset the scoreboard each time. And then down here, execute as @e, type equals arrow tag equals, and then whatever tag we put right here. So fire arrow. We're gonna do, and also one more thing, we gotta do comma nbt equals inGround :1b. And what we're gonna do is run function, your namespace, whatever you put over here, and we're gonna say explode or something like that. And then inside of this file, we're going to make a file called that. So we have our explode.mcfunction file. And here we're going to do kill at s, and then summon creeper. I'll explain all this in a minute too. Fuse. Some people don't want the explanation, so I'm going to type it all. And that should be good. If you want to increase the size of the explosion, you can do ExplosionRadius, and then whatever number you want here. I might leave it at like 5 or something. We'll see what it's like. So how this works is, so we have the arrow, the specific arrow tagged, and then we're going to find that arrow, check if it's in the ground, and if it is, we'll summon a creeper on it, and it'll also get rid of the arrow. So a creeper will spawn right there. And now that's actually, I think we're done. I gotta do Datapack, disable this one, and then enable my tutorial one. You don't have to do this if you did it. So I gotta do, so to get that bow, remember we made the bow with the tag fbow, so we can copy that. We're gonna do /give DJ laser, whatever your name is, bow, and then some of these curly braces. In here we're gonna type that tag that we put, :1b. That'll give us this bow, and when we fire it, oops, an arrow should have exploded. Let me check. Did I reload? I should have. We gotta troubleshoot a little bit. Scores, shots, selected item, fire. Did I put that right? Fire _ bow. Yep. At s, tag the nearest arrow. Oh, okay. So we forgot to put at s right here on this line. It was just doing it at the origin point. So now if we reload, shoot an arrow, it makes an explosion. And it's that simple. This is a real easy tutorial. It's like barely any code, and you could actually shorten this down to only like 2 files if you get rid of explode and just put all that in here. But it just runs a little better. So real short code to make an exploding bow, which is really nice. When I first started, I couldn't figure out how to do it, and then I just came up with this solution by just tagging the nearest arrow and detecting when it's in the ground. And if you want to add some effects, what you can do is, I want to make or particles is what they're called. You don't have to put that, that's just a comment. We're going to do execute as at E, and we're going to copy all this because it's same thing, but remove the inGround part, because, oops, remove that, so it's just any arrow to tag fire arrow. We're going to do run, oh, I got to do at s particle, and whatever particle you want. I don't really know what a good one is, because flame didn't really look that good. I guess I could just do, I'm using Visual Studio Code with some extensions to get all these options. I'll just do flame just because that's what I did before. And then we're going to do 3 of these tildes, and then we're going to do 0.2, 0.2. If you don't know how particles work, what this is saying, if you want me to explain it, it's saying summon the particles, and actually I'm going to swap out these, and I'll explain why in a second. For this, I think about 0.05. So what this is saying is summon the flames right behind the arrow. That's what negative 0.05 is with these carrots. That's right behind it, with a spread of 0.2 in the X, Y, and Z axis, with no speed, meaning it'll be still because we don't want them flying all around. And the 1 is how many. Actually, we need to turn that up to like maybe like 15. And then normal means you don't really have to worry about that. It just means that people with particle settings turned off won't see it. If you put it on force, they will, and you don't really want that for aesthetic things. Now if we shoot it, it'll have a little bit of like some fire particles around it, and you can get more in depth with that. But yeah, so that's a simple tutorial on, I actually don't like these particles. I think I'm going to get rid of them, but you can play around with particles, which one works for you. But yeah, thanks for watching. You don't have to like or anything. And yeah, oh, this is just exactly 10 minutes. Nice.